Hello everyone, Poppy here, and I'm working to restore lost knowledge as ever and to set the seeds of wisdom germinating for those keen to explore things a little bit beyond the norm. So we're here on the Lionsgate portal in August 2018, so it's the 8th of August today, and I'm going to speak here on 3 levels as best I can. Thank you for the feedback that you've given me. So I'm going to start with Explorer level, and there'll be a little bit of intermediate level and a little bit of advanced level, because sometimes it's really hard to put all of it into simplistic words. So I'll try and stay that way as much as I can, and that's why I'm trying to work on separating the different levels. So let's see if this works. So what is the Lionsgate portal? Which the Lionsgate portal is where we're at today. The Lionsgate portal is regarded as a mystical, intuitive entrance to sacred possibilities of limitless vibrational energy. This day always reminds me of that song, or the line in the song, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door, because that's what this really, really is. Planetary wise, it's the logistics of the sun, of Sirius, the star, and the earth that create this amazing portal. Now, in ancient times, Sirius is our spiritual sun. It's a place where the purest love resides and the highest consciousness resides. And way back in time, people paid more attention to the skies than they do now. And all through July, they'd watch the skies. And then the first week in August, they'd watch as the sun and Sirius kind of whispered to one another, a bit like kids at the end of the playground, sharing secrets. And then it would brew up to this point, the 8th of August, where there's a high awareness. And why is it? Because this is when Sirius goes into Orion's belt and the sun aligns into the constellation of Leo. And this beautifully orchestrated alignment allows the beams of the spiritual sun, Sirius, to meld with those of the sun and just shower the earth, bathe the earth, if you like, in this mix of lights. And it's the combined rays of light when they hit the earth that contain that higher frequency of consciousness. So the earth's bombarded with downloads, upgrades, higher wisdom, knowledge, reaching consciously, all conscious beings on some level, to be honest. This is when we get, the stream hits the third eye, the pineal gland, and it hits the heart chakra. And many people receive powerful healings, powerful awakenings, powerful visions. So in a nutshell, the earth's bombarded with a profound surge of light energies. This week clinically, I've seen a lot of energetic activity in clients' spines, particularly around the back of the neck, at the top of the spine, just there where it joins the head. There have been many pains in this area and stiff necks and challenges going down the spine. I've been working to strengthen this area spiritually. And when I talk about it with clients and students that are on the path in the Pathwork Away Academy, we call that the church door part. And this church door part is really known as the cerebellum chakra. It's not often spoken about, but it's right at the back of the head, and I view it like closing it as a church door, because if that chakra is not sealed correctly, and people are very, very sensitive, it's like a radio receiver for very specific high frequencies of psychic energy and empathetic energy. So if it's not shut properly, when people go into crowded arenas or into towns, it can really bombard them with stuff, because it picks up everybody's everything, and it can easily go into overload. And it makes the spines tight too. So the Brightwood Bespoke Balancing Treatment is what I've been doing a lot of this week. It combines very high frequency oils and specific feather light touch, but it balances not just the physical, it balances the emotional and the etheric level as well. It's a very powerful balancing thing. So that is a really important treatment that has been very beneficial this week. I've done a lot of energy work this week on people's eyes too. With the increased intensity of light, it's having a huge impact. Working more and more with magnetics in these areas, and also with oils on the third eye. The magnetics help the third eye too, but there's very specific frequencies, and we're actually having to calm those down to make it more dealable with on a physical level. Lots of people are starting to see more vibrant colours around trees, animals, plants, well, around everything, to be honest. And a lot more people are having symbols and downloads coming to the third eye, which can be quite disconcerting at first. It's quite interesting once you get used to it, but it's quite disconcerting at first. There've been a lot of both timely and untimely deaths as well. You know, that always hits people, interestingly, but in this last 3-week period there have been a lot of surprising untimely deaths. But I think this needs saying. We must learn to view death as positively as we do birth. Can't really put it any other way. Yes, whilst it's sad the person's left, it is really sad the person's left, it is as positive as birth is. You know, it's a shift in consciousness from the carnate to the incarnate. The essence is still the same and as vibrant as ever. It's just in a different form. You know, planet Earth's a playground for exploring who we are. So, you know, when we look at visiting Earth, you know, it's why do we come? We come to explore our consciousness in a skin suit. You know, we come to explore consciousness in a skin suit. So in this lifetime, I have put on my vehicle, my skin suit of Poppy. In another lifetime, it's been something else. I've had male lifetimes, I've had female lifetimes, I've had other lifetimes, I've had many lifetimes. Death is just a shift of consciousness and a different way of being, but we're not taught that. That's not in our way of thinking, and it's not in our way of seeing. We come here to observe, to learn, to grow, to explore, to feel, to experience, and to learn to love, and then we return home to review those learnings. And where's home, you might ask? Well, home, if we look at home, it homes back to the quantum energy field of all that is, all that has been, and all there ever will be. And that is when we learn that everything is so interconnected and that we are one. It's where we learn that the cause and effect. It's where we learn, you know, like if we throw stones out into a pond, it has ripples. Our actions and our reactions create ripples. And that's where we learn from what we've been doing with those. And if we look at Earth in galaxy terms, Earth's a really young planet. And we've been sort of put out on the edge of the other galaxies because we're quite a volatile planet, really. We haven't learnt to live in peace and harmony yet. We haven't learnt to live at that high vibration of love, which we need to. And this just takes me back to what I was saying about the vibrational frequencies. You know, we've got capacity to really send massive reverberations to the galaxies. The galaxy's gone, no, Earth can stay over there for a while until it's learnt its lessons. And this is what's happening now. These are why we're getting flooded with the extra light that's coming in. Like I said before, Earth is a living, conscious, breathing being. And at the moment, she's like a dog with fleas. We're not loving her enough, you know, and she just needs to give one big shake to get rid of us. We need to start loving her, and that's basically what's happening at the moment. You know, we're the architects, we're the construction company, and we're the tenants of what we build. It's our responsibility to have the highest aspirations of our heart and soul. It's this flow of love that's coming in at the moment that's so significant to our souls right now. The earth responds to love, and this is why it's coming in. It is your birthright to be who you truly are and live to your highest form of yourself. This is the time for it, and we're getting all the help we can with these light energies, and we're at the portal today. So I just want to slip a little bit into the intermediate bit on this very, very, very quickly, very briefly. But the portal, I just want people to understand the portal of this gateway is held open by Isis, the Queen of the Nile, Sekhmet, the Lion Goddess, Kali, the Keeper of Secrets, Lilith, the Ultimate Feminine, the Keeper of the Ultimate Feminine Truth. It's held safe by Archangel Michael. And also all the other archangels they're holding strong, they're anchoring the new waves of light as they flood down into the earth. We've got all the celestial beings helping us. And, you know, there's been a few star sightings and celestial being sightings this week as well, which is just so beautiful. If I just go on to the advanced level now, which I know will leave some of you behind, so just bear with me for a couple of minutes. You know, today's open's really important for the divine masculine energies. I'm seeing so many gentlemen really struggle with this. In theory, men who do spirit work, it's kind of okay till it starts to get real. And when it starts to get real, they clamp the lid on it, they shut it off, they deny it, they try and switch it off, they try and get it away. Well, there's an important note for this now, fellas. This ain't going to happen anymore. This really ain't going to happen anymore. It's here. Today's activations firmly anchor the divine masculine light into the transmissions of the divine masculine light into the fourth dimensional collective grid. It's here. it's coming in advance of the autumn equinox, and it's coming in advance of the massive, massive, massive October light shifts that will come down, which when they occur in October will shift the whole collective consciousness. It will make that shift. These earth changes, the physical ones that we're seeing now, will steadily increase, affecting the polarity, hence affecting the strength of the downloads. Okay? This is here to stay. The next major, let's call it galactic human activation, whatever you want to call it, upgrades, they're due in approximately 8 days. Approximately 8 days because, as we know, time is a man-made concept. So that's as near as we can get it when we're looking in the quantum side of things. But they will trigger the telepathy templates within all twin flames, all star seeds, and all light workers. This is really critical, and this is really important, and this will start to happen. And this will be felt by people who have been truly, truly, truly doing the inner work that I've been actively encouraging everybody to do since my first transmission and before. I've been seeing people will get the benefits of the self-observation inner work they're doing when they've looked at the trigger points, when they've looked at negative thought and behaviour patterns. Once you've identified these and transmuting these, then you're working from a state of unconditional love. And when that's reached, the next wave that's hitting in August will help people operating from this pure state feel the truth in everything around them. A lot of people can do this already. No one can hide. No one can hide in this dimensional state. There's total transparency in thought and word and deed, and you can see people's thoughts. It's quite phenomenal. Soul groups, tribes, connections are gathering at a phenomenal rate, faster than I've ever seen. And, you know, the prep work that was being done, forget it. It's not possible for the prep work. The speed has just increased beyond anything I've ever seen. The speed's just phenomenal. Every person must do this inner work properly. Every person must be at the highest vibration they possibly can, because it's important to see beyond the 3D fear-based paradigm. Once there's the transparency to see beyond that 3D fear-based paradigm, then we're operating at a level that can be firmly anchored in the 3D. So we're firmly anchored, if you like, in the fifth dimensional timeline, whilst operating as the fourth dimensional collective. Yeah. Anchored in the fifth dimension, operating in the fourth dimension as a collective. Right, I'll come back to, oh no, almost. This is intermediate then, this next bit. Little couple of lines on that one. And Blu-rays are stepping up to the plate right now to give the vibrations of love in action. They have to voice the vibrations of love in action to help awaken people to the infinite possibilities of their soul path. This is not optional. Blu-rays have to step up to the plate. Blu-rays carry the light of creation. They're carrying the divine feminine energies of balance and harmony and healing, and they work closely with the violet flame to transmute and release all limitations. Blue rays are brilliant beings of pure light, and they carry the 55 vibration. I was just seeing something there on that as well. It's really important. Okay, if we go back to explorer level now. People are asking deep questions. Questions of themselves, questions of the intentions of others. The light showers of the last 3 months, June, July and August, have been really intense, and they're bringing people more insights. The third eye, their pineal gland awakens, the third eye chakra. If you want to speed that up, well, what I invite you to do is just have a little look at what fluoride does. If you're still using fluoride toothpaste, I invite you to consider reviewing that. If you've got a lot of fluoride in your drinking water, I invite you to consider that. Fluoride contributes to the hardening of the pineal gland, and the pineal gland is absolutely critical for consciousness. Anyway, that's just a little thing that we chat about when we're working on the Path Work Away Academy bits and pieces as well. So we all have different values, different perceptives, different perceptions, different ways of life, and yet we're all here to walk our own unique paths, travel our own unique journeys, to teach and learn from one another, and to leave our positive footprint on the world. Today's portal rays are showering the earth with the message that love reigns supreme. And when everything's taken away, love is all there is left. And that's the frequency that we all need to work to. The love that's carried in acceptance. The love that's carried in forgiveness. The love that's free of judgments. The love that opens all hearts and creates a better world. Just keep asking questions and keep seekings. Keep seeking going, keep seeking going. It's really important. Keep watching the skies closely. Ask yourself, why is the meteor that hit the Earth on the 25th of July at 24.4 kilometres per second, which landed near the Greenland base, with the energy equivalent to 2,000 tonnes of TNT going off, why has that not hit mainstream news? I think there's going to be some interesting times soon for NASA who'll be wiggling and squirming a bit. Do you really believe man went to the moon in 1968? Keep asking questions. Just keep that questioning going. This is a time of calling. This is a time we're being called. Each one of us has a unique destiny. The winds of change are here. They're not coming. They're here. Lights now floating down faster and stronger than ever before. The rainbow mists were just phenomenal that day after the blood moon. Incredible. All around the world, absolutely incredible. It was beautiful to see, and thank you for sharing your photos, those of you that did. Pay attention. Pay close attention. The signs, the synchronicities, they're all around you. The signs, the symbols, and the codes that are gentle, and sometimes not so gentle. And nudges from the divine are the universe trying to have a conversation with you. So are you truly paying full attention? Thank you for listening. If you've not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do, because there's more information coming through thick and fast, and I will be doing more and more of these. Press like to let me know that you're with me. It's always helpful to know that people are with me. And share this with anyone who you feel this may help. As ever, Poppy's statutory wisdom warning is carried. The universe has divine timing and not convenient. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.